Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ragujan, and I'm going to explain how to work with how to use web listeners. So, web listeners usually are used to notify um, the con- the, these listeners will listen for certain events that happens in the container. So, whenever these events happens, these listeners will let know the container or the specific servlet. Yeah, this happens, this attribute has been added, this session has been added, or um, this has been initialized. So these are the events that we could uh, track using these listeners. So yeah, and also you can configure um, these listeners inside the deployment descriptor, which is the web.xml inside this web.inf, so yeah. And this is a listener tag. Usually this is how we set the listener. So this is the listener class. We just have to set the name, which is the which comes with the package and the package and also the class name. So yeah, so there are a lot of listeners. We'll talk about it. There are there are event classes and there are event interfaces. So let me tell one of the event classes. So servlet request event is a class, servlet context event, servlet request attribute event, servlet context attribute event, and HTTP session event and HTTP session binding event. These are classes, and there are interfaces as well. So the servlet request listener, servlet request attribute listener, servlet context listener, servlet context attribute listener, HTTP session listener, HTTP session attribute listener, and HTTP session binding listener, HTTP session active listener. So these are the interfaces, and I have tried several listeners here. Um, the server context attribute listener, which is interface. It has um, the server context attribute listener, which has which is an interface, and it contains three methods: the attribute added, the attribute removed, the attribute replaced. And here, if you go to this one, it is a context listener. It is also, like I said, an interface. So if we go into here, it just contains two methods: context initialized and the context destroyed. So these destroyed methods will be called when the container destroys one of these contexts. And here my request listener, my server request listener, which implements the server request listener interface. And we go here, it also contains two methods: request destroyed, request initialized. And same goes to my session listener. uh, my session listener is I implemented the HTTP session listener, which is when you implement. So it is obviously it's an interface and contains two methods: session created and session destroy. So just by looking at the name, you will know the session created method will call where we will notify when a session is created, and it will notify us when a session is destroyed. So that's what I did. I here overrided these methods: session created and session destroyed. So that's pretty much it. And here I gave a good example. So before let me explain the server context listener, which is um, so let's say you wanna let's say you want to add the database, but you cannot actually add the database in the context param. Go here, you cannot actually add the context into the context param, because you can only add the string literals. So then but you want to add the database, right? So what you can do is you can link and eventually you can link or you can map and that up to that object, so it will make more sense. Yeah, so let me show you an example. So here you can map. So if I go to here, you can see what I did was I created a dog object. So let's say this this example would fit the database as well. So let's go with this example. So dog attribute, dog class, which contains the dog breed as an attribute, yeah, and contains get method, and also contains dog constructor, which takes the dog string as an argument. And if we go to the WebXML, we have a context param, which has the context param name is breed, and it contains the value as the German Shepherd. And here we have a listener tag, which contains the listener class, and the listener class points to this servlet listener rag. So if I go to servlet listener rag, it implements the server context listener. So what happens is when the context is initialized, what it does is it will get that parameter, the context parameter, and here we created a we get that context parameter, and we get that breed value, which is German Shepherd. And then what we do is we instantiate a dog object with that dog breed name, which is German Shepherd, and we set that dog object to the context using the attribute with a value called dog. So this happens when the context is initialized. So yeah, so you can do the same concept, this concept apply uh, to the same database as well. So yeah, that's the use case of using this context listener. And you can also call the method the context destroy. You can override if you want. I didn't override the this method, but you can just put a print and you can call, and it will notify you when the container is destroyed. So yeah, and I run the server, and if I go to, and if I this is the server, it's a servlet, the main one, which is this is the app. So let me go to the what's the name, yeah, listener tester, and its URL is test. So if I go here and type test, it should say German Shepherd, because the dog attribute has the dog object. Using the dog object, you can get the dog name. So obviously the dog breed name. So obviously the dog breed name has been already set here, German Shepherd. And yeah, so that's how it goes. So so you can using the context params, you can only set string literals using the listeners, using the served listener, which is a context listener. You can set objects as well when deploying. Yeah, and this is my other application which I created for demonstrate the testing. So uh, while I rerun the server, I'll check out the console. So let's rerun, and you can see the session. It says session is destroyed, the context is destroyed, and you can see now the new you can see here the context is added, the request is made, um, this is also added, which is I have to check out in the example. And here it says the request is destroyed, request is made, session is created, request is destroyed, and all these listeners. So if I go here, you can see this one. Yeah, so the request is made, is from this request, my request listener, which implements server request listener. So it notified us with this message, request is made, and it will notify us with request is destroyed when the requests get destroyed. And here we will get this message from the HTTP session listener, which will say session is created. We'll get this message when the session is destroyed. So if I stop the server, you can see the session is destroyed, the context is destroyed. Yeah, and this will notify the added, which is context attributes. When we added the context, it will give us. So let me see a context. I'm setting somewhere. Yeah, okay, so let me go to this one. So listener testing 2. I go to listener testing 2. Before going to that, I'm going to clear this console. Clear all, and let's go to listener testing 2. We'll copy and paste, and it should give us, yeah, request is made because we made a request, and there is added name bomb. You can see the attribute name added bomb. So yeah, so because we go to which one, context listener maybe, no, the context attribute list, sorry. So it says added bomb. And yeah, so that's how it goes. So that's how to work with several web listeners. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.